Okay, so if I'm honest, that bike repair I just posted is the biggest thing I did today. And it's not yet cleaned up, but I'm losing light, and for bike repair purposes, that's plenty. But for walking around the garden and seeing how it's looking today, it's not. And I'm also kind of thinking that it might be good to talk about kind of my experience and what I've been going through recently, I guess. Again, I'm tired today, once again, what have you. I do have one very large, you know those yogurt bins, like the 2-pound ones like that? I have one on a string that goes around my neck, and that's how I harvest berries into it. It's not too heavy that way by the time it's full, and then I get a chance to dump it out. Well, somebody's going home from a boating trip. They're gonna come out in the open in a second here. There they are. So that's what I did today primarily, is just fix the bicycle, but it's working, and that is such a relief. And I should also admit, you know, that I also put in an order for a backup bicycle. About the same price, about the same level of rarity, so if you're into cheap, crappy bicycles that fold in half, and they're not actually crappy, you just have to care for them carefully. And that, a lot of the hardship definitely could be avoided if I were a better educated electric bicycle consumer at the beginning. But to be fair, the information I needed is barely available, if at all. So that's going to kind of become my mission. Don't have this happen to you. And then, as my experience continues, we'll continue to talk about it. So, my primary vehicle, my only motorized vehicle, and frankly, my pedal power bicycle is busted AF. So, that's not really helping me at all either. So I've been stuck at home for at least a month at this point. I'll have to look up when I put in the order for those spokes, because that was about when the damage happened, or we could look up when that wheel busted. But my primary vehicle's back in business, and I went for another really low cost electric bicycle of about the same level of power and battery, because the battery will be able to swap out. We'll do a review when it comes. It's not the same bike because that bike is sold out internationally. It is not possible to get that bike right now. It's still listed as a product on a lot of websites, but I don't know if it's COVID related, production related, or what, but as of this current moment, you can't still get my exact same bike. So I got something similar. And yeah, so we'll talk about that when it comes up. It's not in the mail yet, as far as I know. Oh, looks like we're gonna have bean flowers pretty soon. Doesn't look like we have bean flowers yet, but that we should soon. I'm really looking forward to starting to have beans, because I'm about out of peas at this point, and I like legumes. It sounds funny, but it's true. This relocation of my my potted plants has been working out phenomenally, and I'm going to start washing up all of these little black trays that I had them in, because now that these are all in the shade, they don't seem to need as much. I don't know if my Pachysandra has survived, though, which isn't actually mine, so that's a little bit more upsetting, and I blame the kitten. So there's the garden. There's the review on my experience with the bike. Yeah. A friend of mine pointed out that I have a yellow jacket's nest happening back here. It's right about there. It's dark enough we might not see any. Here comes one. So sometime soon, my magic remedy for yellow jackets is, and they are an invasive species, they're German. My magic remedy, as it were, is to boil water, mix in a goodly amount of borax, and mix in mint extract. There was a time I was stuck in my house because both my doors are on the same side of the house, and there was a hive that popped out of my, what was it? The compost that was there that year. Don't put sticks in your compost, you'll get yellow jackets. And that recipe came out of research based on what I already had on hand, because I'm the kind of person that makes my own laundry soap, makes my own dishwasher soap, mixes my own hand soap, so there were a decent amount of products that I had available for that emergency. And yeah, that mix does work really well. And then you just come out while they're asleep, so you come up after dark and pour it right in. Come to think of it, it would make a lot of sense for me to stick a stick. Oh, I wondered where the third one was. You'll see for the next few weeks until they dissolve that I put a bunch of expired pills in the garden. You'll see them around. They had expired, and since I don't want to eat expired pills, I figured that the garden could use some magnesium. And there you have it. That's what I did. Yep. And the quails have gotten so much easier to take care of since I reduced their numbers to just these two that get along okay. Yeah, she's hiding. Don't see any eggs still, though. Can you hear that squawky? We'll put that down and we'll say bye-bye to the baby. I don't know, it's so dark, honey. Let me get some light going here. There we go. Sorry about that. Baby, say hi to the people. Say please like, share, and subscribe, because I'm cute and the bicycles are neat and the garden is pretty.